What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's going on, my peeps, my peoples? Let's get down to the situation, but please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, y'all. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac season 7, episode 3. It is going down. OMG. It really seems like Robyn really got an issue when it comes, to Wendy. And basically, she was walking up on Wendy. She was raising her voice, yelling at Wendy. And then she turned around and told Wendy that she is not invited to her event, her family event, and her kids. Lord have mercy. Wendy was like, I'm standing 10 toes down. You stand 10 toes down on what you said about me. I'm like, Lord. And then Wendy's like, you know what? I draw the line right there when you talk about the kids, and then you put the kids at part of this mess. But in any event, at the end of the day, Wendy is uninvited, and basically Robyn is making it be known that she don't even want to be around this girl. She will go to mutual events with Wendy there, but any personal events that she's having, Wendy is not invited. So we're going to see if Wendy is going to invite Robyn to any events, and if Robyn is going to show up, child. And Candiace is breaking down, y'all. She is crying. She's feeling a certain type of way because Giselle has turned on her again. Like, I don't even know what's going on with Candiace. I don't know what's her problem, what her situation is, but why does she ever feel like Giselle is her friend? And then she said she's going through a lot. She's having hard times retrieving her eggs, and she told Giselle about everything, and her and Giselle are tight and close, and she opened up to her, and she's not going to do that anymore. Why would you choose Giselle? She done shitted on you plenty of times, threw it back up in your face, talked about your husband, talked about your mama, talked about your life, talked about you, period, but you still want to be cool with Giselle. So whatever Giselle gives you, you just gonna get it, baby, okay? Because that's your fault, okay? And in any event, Giselle is basically, she is coming around with a wrecking ball. She ain't really gonna go toe to toe with Wendy, but it seems like Mia is. And, Mia is out here continuing to lie about her illness, continuing to lie about Chris, basically looking at her, watching her, and want to dance with her, and all types of stuff. Like, this lady is delusional. She is a complete, utter lie. Everything comes out of her mouth is a lie. And I think she's a pathological liar. That's probably something she developed as a child to deal with her traumatic past. But in any event, she stay lying, child. Like, what's going on? Like, this is too much. And Karen is basically saying that Chris owes Giselle an apology, but she has a reason behind that. But you already know when it comes to Candiace, she gonna take that the wrong way. And now, Candiace feels like everybody's teaming up against her husband, y'all. And Robyn making the money now. She got the big bucks, and she's putting Juan on check. And what's up with Juan? Why he looks so old? Like, Juan looks like he's worn out. Is Robyn saying what I'm saying, and she's ready for a new guy to be flexing up in her house? Because that man looked like he tired. He was talking about, Robyn being depressed and all this other stuff, staying in the house, a few seasons ago when the pandemic hit. But baby, he looks tired, or he looked like he be up all night at the bar. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the kids, him coaching and stressing him out, but he looks, ooh, Lord. And let's talk about Candiace's husband. He looked like he been through hell and back, and he just came back to earth. Like, he looked like he belongs on House of the Dragons, y'all. But in any event, let's get down to the situation. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing tonight? Let's get to it. Hey, Lorraine, what's up? What's going on? How you doing? Giselle looks amazing on Watch What Happens Live tonight. That's cool. Nia Love. Potomac and Married to Medicine brought in tonight these women. Yes, they did. They brought the women in tonight for sure, for sure. I can't wait to see the reunion of Married to Medicine, and I will be reviewing the reunion, tomorrow, Monday night, around like 6 o'clock or whatever the case may be. But let's get into this situation. Let's talk about Giselle. Giselle said what she had to say to Candiace, and basically, talking about Chris, feeling uncomfortable with Chris, and that's how she feels about the situation. And she told her, and Giselle is making it bigger than what it is. But in any event, it seems like maybe it might be something to her story, because Robyn co-signs that when it happened, Giselle told her about it immediately. But the problem is Robyn went back and told Mia, then it got around the group. So Giselle has not confronted Robyn about running her mouth out here in these streets, because Robyn had confronted Giselle about basically letting people know that Robyn is the owner of the house that her and Juan, live in now, but she brought the house. Okay, so we have that whole situation going down. And Candiace, she is going off right now. She called Eric. She said, Eric, come here. Not tonight, not today. Eric, what is going on? You know what's happening. Why are they targeting my husband? They can, that leave that role for Michael Darby. He is the one that's actual out here grabbing asses and things of that nature, making people feel uncomfortable. And, why are you guys trying to focus it on my husband? And Chris would never do anything like this. Like, what's going on with these storylines? Like, what's happening? I know, what's happening behind the scenes. And this is something that's been put together. And she said, if you don't want me here, I will leave. I would leave, because y'all don't need me here for this type of mess. So in any event, Candiace, she storms out of the situation. And she tells Eric, the producer of the show, my husband has not done anything wrong to these ladies. He has not done anything to make them feel uncomfortable, and targeting him for this situation is low down and dirty. And then Eric says to her, girl, well, you guys all said things about each other. Candiace says, well, but all the things that I said was true and factual, okay? And please don't cut out what I said. Don't cut out my wall 4. And I was like, okay. So Candiace is pissed off. So Candiace always sees where it's going, and she's pissed off, and she walks away, and she walks right out, because she doesn't want to have this conversation with Giselle. So in any event, she's angry, she's upset, and and she's hurt too as well, because she keeps trusting Giselle. So she keeps getting burnt. Like, I don't know when she's ever going to wake up. Giselle keeps burning her, and Giselle don't like her, never did like her. And I just don't know. You guys tell me what you think about that situation. Juan always looks so uncomfortable on camera. Lord have mercy. I'm telling he looks like something. His eyes are puffy. His face just looks skeletal and fat at the same time. I just don't know. But in any event, when it gets down to Wendy is having a conversation when it comes to Robyn, and so they're going back and forth on this whole situation. But Wendy first, she's trying to be nice, and she's asked the question about her restaurant, and what is she gonna do with the restaurant with Peter, because she said she's going into business with Peter, and she let the the ladies know what's going on with that whole situation. She's only going to be 20% owner. Peter's going to have 80%. It's going to cost this much money, and she's basically telling the girls like they care, because they don't like her anyway. And so they kind of like, okay. And Wendy's basically gone along with the flow, because she know that they ain't feeling her and they don't like her, but she's going to sit there and have that conversation, because she ain't running, because she ain't scared. Okay. She knows that, it's her against everybody. And it didn't have to be this way, but she chose that. So in any event, you have Charrisse. She's basically saying you're going to be in there all day and night. You're going to be living up in that restaurant, basically saying like, this whole venture, like how you going to do that when you're a professor, you're a commentator, you're doing all this other stuff, you're selling candles. She didn't say all that, but she said you're going to have to be living up in there. And then, when Wendy says, I'm only going to have 20% ownership, and Ashley was like, you might not be living up in there, but you're going to get some coins, because Ashley used to have a restaurant. And she also lets Wendy know, like, what are you going to do when you start to have problems and situation behind the restaurant? And Ashley can tell you from experience that her and Michael had issues because of the restaurant business that she had. Him coming in, it was losing money, and so much was going on, and it just didn't work out. Michael closed that restaurant down, baby, quick, fast, in a hurry, and Ashley ain't had a job since. Okay, so you have a lot going on. Candiace said, leave everything I said behind the fourth wall. Yes, she did. That's facts, Lorraine. For real, for real. And so in any event, like you have that whole situation going on. And so they're letting, Wendy know about the restaurant business. So it is what it is with that situation. So it's just like, okay. And then we get to Giselle and Mia, because you already know that they got a little bit of a conflict and going on because of what Giselle said. This is what cancer looked like, which was disrespectful, for real, all the way disrespectful to say that to somebody, whether you know they lying or not. And so Robyn suggested they go have a private conversation, and that's exactly what they did. And they end up hugging it out. Everything was all good with that whole situation. They hugged it out. And Mia was a little shady with the situation. She said, I'm so, Giselle basically said, I'm sorry, I was just confused about your post, but you know what, it's none of my business. Now it's none of your business, Giselle, when you've been talking to everybody about what was going on with me and her situation, asking them questions, asking them how they feel. You walked up to the girl walked up to you and you said, this is what cancer looks like. Okay. And Mia said, girl, I didn't expect you to attack me in front of the group or anything of that nature. I thought it was going to be new booty Wendy. I was like, why you call new booty Wendy? Why are you getting at Wendy like that? Like, Lord have mercy. So in any event, you got that situation going on. What's up, Norris? Tony, how you doing? What's going on? Lorraine, I think that they need to team up against Giselle, just like Robyn and Giselle keep their team tight. Yes, but they always fail at the situation. They always do. So they hug it out. So they on a good page as so far. And this whole situation, I believe that when it comes to Giselle, she's going to tell Robyn to cool out a little bit and, tell Robyn to cool out a little bit and let Mia do some dirty work, because Mia's supposed to be throwing water. She has supposed to be hitting, Wendy. That's going to be coming up soon. She's supposed to be hitting Wendy, hitting her with her pocketbook and things of that nature. She totally assaults Wendy, allegedly, because that's what Wendy said. So in any event, it seems like Wendy's going to get it from all three. It's going to be, Robyn, Giselle, and Mia is going to do the dirty work for the girls. Okay. It just be like what it be sometimes. Like Robyn and Giselle are very good at people, pushing them to the point where they end up fighting their rival, and that rival be somebody that they don't like. Okay. And then they'll have that person's back that got beat up. So in any event, things get ugly when it becomes between Wendy and Robyn, because, Wendy's basically saying, I was giving, Mia the benefit of the doubt, but a lot much more has gone on since then. And Robyn said, yeah, you're giving her the benefit of the doubt, but why did you say what you said? Do those two people are both of them in agreement of the situation? What Wendy did say, does both of them agree about the Mia situation, or is it just one of them? And so, when it comes to Robyn was like, yo, when you don't even have to, because Wendy said, I didn't say your name, so why are you saying that I said anything? So, because basically Robyn is confronting Wendy, saying the way that you walked up into the situation and got into it, got in between the conversation that we were having with Wendy, you came up there like we was attacking her and blasting the third, and you was like, do these two got the same opinion, or is it just Giselle? And so Robyn took heat to that. She felt a certain type of way. So now she's addressing Wendy, and Wendy was like, I didn't put a name on it. She said, you ain't got to put a name on it. When what you said, they knew who you was talking about. So now, Robyn's addressing this whole situation. I was like, mm-hmm. And and Wendy was like, I didn't say no name, child. And Robyn was like, you don't have to say a name. And Wendy said, I don't understand your aggression, because Robyn was getting aggressive. She was pointing her fingers, like she was like talking and saying things to her, like, I don't even know why you feel like you need to get in between to say that, when we all have the same sentiment and felt the same way about Mia. So you gonna come up in here and act like you gonna have Mia's back, or we're doing something wrong, when we all felt the same way. So what are you talking about? And Wendy was like, yo, you don't got to get aggressive. Like, you don't got to be angry. You don't got to be mad at the situation. Like, you doing too much. And Wendy said, I did not have the same sentiments of the situation. I never called her a liar. And Wendy said the way that y'all walked up to her and the energy that you had towards me, it was different. And so Robyn was like, mm-hmm. Robyn was feeling a whole certain type of way. And then you have Charrisse basically saying, I think y'all need counseling because something is deeper. Y'all need therapy. Oh, yes, it was very deeper because they still got issues going on for last year. And Robyn at this point don't want, she wants to let Wendy know, like, we ain't good. And so basically Wendy said, you called her a liar. Won't you stand on it? Stand on your truth. Stand 10 toes down. And Robyn said, I stand 10 toes down. I'm always 10 toes down. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, and I stand on it. And she was saying all this, and she was getting up and she was walking towards Wendy. Wendy's looking at her like, yo, this girl's really aggressive. And then Wendy had to jump in and say, yo, Baltimore County ain't got shit on me. Wendy had to jump up and say, girl, Wendy said, I'm standing 10 toes down on it, but I'm sitting down with it. And Robyn is up. She's up. Robyn's feeling a certain type of way. And Wendy said, you better sit down. You better find your way to your seat. And Robyn said, I'm going to sit down because the boss of me, the boss. Wendy said, sit down. So I was like, Lord have mercy. What is going on? They are about to pop it off and get it popping. And Robyn looked like she wanted to swing, baby. And Wendy said, I'm going to do my best to hold my composure. Lord have mercy. There's a whole lot going on. What's up, Kathy? What's going on with you? No, made up with Mia when she realized how pissed Candiace was. She needed to I was thinking the same thing, Kathy Smith. That only reason why she was like, oh, it's none of my business, and didn't try to confront her on the situation because she seen Candiace mad, and she didn't want to get into it with her. So she just was gonna let bygones be bygones. What's up, Althena Hudson? Good evening, Mary. I believe Green Eye Bandit are going fall soon. They're gonna fall soon. They might, you never know, but they work together on other stuff. What's up, Mary Jane Pete Squad? What's up, Raheem Charles? How you doing? What's going on? Facts. And they say Wendy's aggressive. That right there. Robyn was acting like she was talking to somebody off the street. Robyn was acting like they were sitting on a block and they had a 40 ounce in their hand, and Robyn got pissed because somebody took the last swallow. Okay, that's how Robyn was acting, baby. And then Wendy had to jump in and say, I'm from Baltimore County, ain't got nothing on me. She said, where you from? Ain't got nothing on me. I will whoop that ass. That's basically translation for what Wendy said. At least Robyn not being a follow-up against Giselle and Candiace. That's true. That is definitely true. Juan is going to leave Robyn with a gulp full. Oh God, Lord knows, Tony. Robyn sat down quick. Then a man running when his girlfriend says she's pregnant. Okay. So, okay, Taylor, what's going on? Yes, Robyn sat down quicker than a man running when he hears his girlfriend say she's pregnant. Okay, yeah, she sat down quick. Trayvon, when is Basketball Wives coming back on? They keep giving different dates. Child. I don't even know. Robyn always blindsides Juan on camera. That's why he never attends the reunion anymore. You right. You're right about that. She does. She blindsided his ass right there. And then, okay, right there. And then, and Robyn is just getting up and she's yelling and shit. Robyn is ready to go. Like, Robyn, why are you so angry, child? Robyn is angry. Robyn is still pissed at you, Wendy. Whatever the reads you said, whatever you said about her pissed her off so much that, as soon as she see you, y'all sitting down and she comes at you, she wanted to get at you. But Wendy did have an attitude when she walked up to Mia and was basically like, so do they both agree or just Gizelle? And so Robyn is saying, like, why would you even say that when you agree with us? So, you being fake, the way that you stepped up there like you was about to do something or you was about to call somebody out when we all agree. So that's why Robyn is pissed. And Robyn is just pissed because she don't like Wendy no more. So it's just one of them things. And so But she sat her ass down in that chair real quick. And then Mia, she comes out and she's sitting down and she's smiling because everybody's fighting and it has to do with her. You know, Mia is crazy. Mia is traumatic. Mia probably likes this type of stuff. Like they're arguing over a situation that has to do with Mia. So this brings her stock up. She's probably thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be on next season. People are going to be talking about this. Like they arguing about me. I'm the new girl. Oh, I'm lit. Like she's making that smile like, yes, yes, yes. Cause she ain't scared. She don't give a shit. You know what I mean? She's just out here trying to be entertaining. That's why she put all that shit on Twitter. And then boom, bada bing, everything she put on Twitter or Instagram comes right to the next season that she's filming on and gives her a storyline. So, you know, Mia's been watching and paying attention, or she got somebody. No, she's been doing the same thing. So in any event, she's sitting there. And then Ashley, with her shady ass, Ashley is funny. Ashley comes through and she asks Mia, so cancer is ruled out. So what is it? Why did Ashley say so? It's not cancer, you know, cancer is ruled out. So what else is it? You know what I mean? So Ashley basically threw it out there, bitch, you don't got cancer. Cancer's ruled out. So what's going on? And then Mia, she explains herself with, you know, with whatever lie that, you know, that she came up with, basically saying that, oh no, I had a limp, I have this, you know, that, you know, they did the biopsy, blah, blah, blah. Then after the biopsy, you know, I'm supposed to do this. Maybe I got an autoimmune disease, you know, all types of different shenanigans that she's saying. And so she's saying all these shenanigans. I was like, okay, Mia. Mia was like, but you know, I still have a lump and things of that nature. I still have lymphoma. I don't know if she said lymphoma. I don't know if she said, you know, she's gonna have the lumps removed. I don't know what Mia is saying. And Robyn tells Mia that I would like to get to know you better, but you know, it just seems as hard because I don't know if you're telling the truth. And then Mia says, "Are we gonna change that, child? You ain't you." Then Mia sits down with Robyn and sit there and lie to her. That's what it looked like. That's what the editing showed us, and that's what the hell I'm going off of. Okay. So in any event, you have this whole situation. And so now, you know, Robyn is being real petty in this situation. She's being real petty right now. She's asking all the mothers about their kids, their spring break, when they off from school, blah, 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 because her son wants to have a family event. He wants to, you know, have the other kids involved. And she asks everybody around the room about the schedules and things of that nature. Charrisse was like, so you ain't gonna ask Wendy? She was like, nah, she ain't coming. She ain't invited. I was like, shit, what? That's what we doing? She was like, nah, she ain't invited. And Wendy was like, I draw the line right here when you put kids involved. And so you're gonna invite everybody's kids and you're going to exclude my kid? Like, for real? I was like, damn. And Mia didn't say nothing, you know what I mean? Because Mia really had a problem with that situation. Remember when Mia was, you know, she thought that Nicki Minaj did not get her children anything for Christmas, and she got online and she was like, oh my God, I don't believe that you exclude my children, make my children friend feel less than. I can buy them a whole store. I can buy a Gucci store. I can buy a diamond store. I can buy them more. We don't really need what you got, Nicki Minaj. And then come to find out, she blocked Nicki. She changed her number. She changed the address. Nicki ended up sending her the gift, and she didn't say anything in Wendy's defense, like, oh, Wendy, you know, Robyn, that's kind of like hurtful, because, you know, I really had a blender on social media when I thought somebody did that to my child, but to see you directly do that in front of her face and exclude her kids like they're being ostracized out of the group. And so, you know, that didn't come up. And Wendy's just like, okay, so we're gonna play that role. And some people are still trying to call out Wendy because, you know, she was me mugging Giselle's daughter or whatever the case. But this is really like real disrespectful. But in any event, why would you want your kids to be around that energy with Robyn? Because you don't know how it's gonna go, and you might end up getting into an argument in front of your kids. But in any event, but just to exclude her kids like that, you know what I mean? That's kind of like real messed up. But in any event, it's better than being fake and having her over there and talking about her ass and making her feel like shit when she get there, you know? So, but she did that right here. Okay, that's what Robyn did. And Robyn said, I don't want nothing to do with Wendy. I'm 1,000% sure that I don't want to be involved with Wendy. I don't want to have no parts of Wendy. I was like, damn. Okay, Robyn is being cold-blooded towards the girl and her kids. Like, okay, so now she's really just trying to ice Wendy out. of when she's throwing things or she's going to be involved in throwing stuff, she's going to really be like on Wendy on that whole situation. So, and then as Wendy was leaving, leaving the gym or the studio or whatever the case may be, producers pulled Wendy to the side and they asked Wendy, so what do you think about this whole Mia situation? And she said, well, I'm the only one outside of Karen trying to give this girl a chance. Nobody's really trying to give her a chance, even though she's a liar. And so, and the producers, they showed that because it basically saying that you did agree with Robyn. Robyn called, Mia a liar, and now you're calling Mia a liar. So you did agree that Mia is a liar. And so that whole argument, shouldn't even took place, and telling her to stand 10 toes down and all this other stuff really didn't make any sense because you agreed that she is a liar. Okay. So y'all tell me what y'all think about that whole situation. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. It's going down. And this whole situation, like, yes, for real. They are going to push Wendy off this show. Child, it's been in the making for a while. Yes, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Wendy could have had a team. And she's the one with the 4 degrees. She could have had a team. She could have got, the girls with the darker complexions together. Okay. And she chose sides. She chose Giselle and Robyn. And then as soon as Monique got off the show, they went right for Wendy's neck, especially when Wendy came back looking all sexy. Wendy thought that she was doing good. She was in the in crowd. And look how they doing her now. And Wendy had to stand up and say, West Baltimore ain't got nothing on me. You know what I mean? Just for her to say that, because now she's seeing Robyn's being aggressive coming towards her. And it was just like she couldn't even understand why Monique was aggressive. Now look how they're being towards her. And, and now we're going to have Mia attack her. So, you should have been rolling with somebody that was swaying with you, baby. Mia and Wendy did not make up season 6. Yeah, they didn't make up. None of these people really make up. It's funny. Oscar came on there being Robyn's friend, but it seems like she's Wendy's friend instead of Robyn's. Yeah, I think Ascala, felt like Wendy was being mistreated because of the color of her skin, because of her dark skin complexion. And I think that, she just saw Robyn. Sometimes when you have people that show you them type of behaviors, or you feel like, that they are displaying them type of behaviors, you kind of pick a side. And plus, I both believe that they are, both from Africa. They're from, I know a scholar, she's something. I don't know what she is. I don't know if she's Haitian. I don't know. But I know like she's from somewhere like the Caribbeans, the islands. She's Panama, something. And Wendy's Nigerian. So they probably bond on that, connection, and not being like first generation and basically coming to the United States, I guess, things of that nature. But I think Wendy was born here because her father named her Wendy because he was the manager at Wendy's. Anyways, they say Ascala is Candiace's friend now. I still call BS. I'm Wendy, mean mugging Grace. Giselle has older children and they know they have issues with Wendy. So they said that to try to make Wendy look bad. Okay, I see what you're saying. Oh, I was one of the ones talking shit about that. Let me tell you. I said I'm turning over a new leaf, okay? I will be giving a live on YouTube, my channel tomorrow at 10 p.m. Okay, congratulations, Norris Tony. You guys go check out his live. Lorraine, production was very shady doing Wendy. Wendy like that, yes. So basically, they set Wendy up, and Wendy agreed. And so it makes it look like she was being combative for no reason. Oh, well, she was. If she agreed, like, she didn't even have to say anything. That's true, Mary Jane. Like Wendy, but right now. Okay, Kathy. Wendy ran up under Karen last season when, which caused Candiace to look at her a little different. Wendy moving funny. Wendy got not too many moves to make, child. She put herself in a box and she shouldn't. Never choose side when it's your first time on the show. Never choose sides. Stay in between, let the shit hash out, because the person you choose sides with can change on you quick and fast, or they get kicked off the show and they leave, and then boom, you stuck with an enemy because of somebody else. But in any event, we got Candiace. She's having her situation. She's not able to get her eggs, like she wants to. She says she's stressed out. And this is where she tells us that she's been communicating and she's been telling Giselle everything that she's going through is so hard, it's so difficult. I don't even know why Candiace always do this to herself. Like, if you need a mother, there's a lot of adopted mothers out here that would probably, nourish you and things of that nature. But why would you run to Giselle, like, of all people? And it's just like, I don't understand, her thought process and things of that nature. Like, she continues to want to fit in. First, she was really upset with Giselle because she didn't have her back when it came to the Monique situation. And then she ran under her and all this other stuff. Giselle done talked about your husband to your mother. She talked about him riding your coattail. And people been saying things about your husband being a loser. He doesn't have a job and all this other stuff. And yet you are teaming up with Giselle. It don't make any sense. Like, and this is one of the reasons why, her and Monique didn't get along. Like, it's just like she can't comprehend that this lady don't like her. And so we get to this situation where, oh no, did I skip something? Yeah. So we get to Karen and her husband are going to get pedicures and this whole situation. And Karen basically says that, she's allowed to have eye candy. And Ray's basically saying, I know there's a lot of men that like you and things of that nature. And you like to flirt around with these guys and you like these guys too as well. But he just better stay eye candy. And so Karen basically is having her cake and eat it too. I guess Ray's back in love and things of that nature because Karen saved the day, baby. Oh, because he damn sure embarrassed Karen with his tax issues. Okay. Giving the enemy something to go through. So in any event, I guess he's okay with Karen having, gentlemen callers that are fond of her. And that's probably why Karen didn't get upset when, what's her name? was on the show, basically, rubbing his head and things of that nature. Whoever that girl is, I can't remember her name, but her with the bald head that was on this show, she recently posted to social media that she's going to rehab. So she's going to rehab. I can't even think of that child's name, but she's going to rehab. So last week when I was showing you the pictures of her, I was like, look at them bruises on her arm. Look at them black spots and stuff. And, it looked like a drug addict. It looked like somebody was on drugs. So in any event, she posted to Instagram saying that she's going to rehab. So the bruises that I saw last week was of a drug addict, and she's going to get help and she's going to seek help right now. So, Katie, thank you so much. Taylor, I couldn't think of Katie's name if my life depended on it. So last week, the pictures are somewhere. Maybe if I remember, we'll go back to it. But remember I saying like, yo, she got these black spots on her. Like, look at her. She looked like she's on that stuff. And girl, she came out next week and said that she is attending rehab. She's going to rehab. It was on Instagram. She made a post. So in any event, we got the whole situation. When it comes to Ashley Darby, she is looking for a house child. And, basically she done put out 3 offers, but she's not getting these offers because, all these offers are going to people that are putting up cash. Okay. And she's not putting up cash because Michael don't want to put up cash because Michael ain't no fool and Michael ain't stupid. She's still trying to string him along to get some out of this situation. But she come to find out that Michael has been lying and basically saying there's something going on with, the loan process and it's contingent on whether we're going to stay married, whether we should get this house or not. So he's giving her the runaround, and that's the off-putting part of basically wanting somebody else to buy something for you. You can't get it right when you want it. You got to play these games because they dangle that carrot on top of your head, and you got to jump and you got to eat everything. If it's peanut butter on the carrot, you got to do it. So that's what she has to go through right now at this point. But come to find out, the realtor is basically, Michael's people. This Caucasian woman, she's Michael's people. She's been knowing Michael for years, and longer than Ashley has, and she's working on the back end of helping her buy the house. And so this is why Ashley feels comfortable with having this lady help her. But then she comes to find out the lady tells her, like, girl, everything has been approved. All you got to do is blah, blah, blah. So I don't know what's the holdup, because Ashley was like, well, Michael was saying this is contingent on our marriage status, the situation with that going on. There's some issues going on. The girl said everything is worked out. The money's there, the lender's there, everything's there. And then Michael tells her that he doesn't want to put cash down, for the house, because he don't think that that's a good idea to do. Michael got the cash. Usually, if you don't have a lot of cash, if you have over, $200 to $300 million in your account, which he does have. So if you put, pay a cash payment, it's not like you're going to lose everything if there's something going on in the house. Maybe something's going on with the roof, maybe something going on with the boiler, maybe you have termites or whatever, something. He has enough money to, and she has enough money to work out them kinks and them problems if that actually occur. But she's not buying an old house, she's buying a brand new house. She's buying a new, modern, up-to-date house. So it's more likely they're not going to have them type of problems. And so that's why the homeowners are like, okay, you don't have to wait for the bank approval. You don't have to wait for the lenders. You don't have to wait for an appraisal. You don't have to wait for an inspection. You don't have to wait for none of that. And so this is why these homeowners are going with other people. And Michael's not trying to move so fast on the situation. So he's making a wait. So she got to keep finding new houses. And in the event, Giselle's kind of right in the situation right now, as far as we're going to see how it works out. But eventually, she wants Michael to pay for it. She doesn't want to lose her money, and she wants to use his credit. Only thing is, when you do pay cash, it doesn't build up your credit. Michael has hundreds of millions of dollars in his account, so his credit is A-okay. If Ashley doesn't have good credit, buying this house, purchasing this house, if she pays cash, it's not going to, build up her credit score. So in any event, she's crying. And now she's realizing that Michael's playing games. He's telling one story after the next story. And she just really felt hurt about the situation. And I don't know why she's shocked. And I don't know why she's surprised, child. But in any event, Robyn done moved out the PJs, y'all. Moving on up to the east side. She done moved out the PJs. Okay. She done moved out the PJs. She done moved up, and she is she's in a brand new house, baby, that she built from ground up. And that house looks beautiful. It looks nice. It looks comfortable. I was like, go ahead, Robyn, do your thing. Yes, her house is nice. And so now she brings Juan over. So you're going to tell me Juan don't look like something going on with Juan? Something definitely does look like Juan. Juan was very attractive. He doesn't look attractive like he used to look attractive. He's not an attractive man right now at this time and point, for real. And Robyn basically wants to sit him down and talk about this prenup situation, and she gonna catch him off guard. Basically, she got him over there to film, talking about these folders and getting a file cabinet in her office. And she said, my mama sent me this wedding dress, my mama sent me this, and also, what do you think about a prenup? Just catch him off guard. He was like, what the fuck? He was like, what, Robyn, a prenup? And so he's feeling away. And 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 then Juan basically says, I make more money than you, so what are you talking about anyway? Okay, if you want a prenup, get a prenup. But you didn't say you wanted a prenup when we first got married. You was asking questions and you didn't want a prenup. You was like shocked. And she was like, yeah, but you asked for the prenup. And he was like, you didn't want to sign it, but Robyn did sign it. So we got Robyn over here fronting with Charrisse, telling Charrisse, oh, a prenup, you gotta have a prenup. Oh, you don't deserve that money, Charrisse. But when she was first told that she needed to sign a prenup, she wasn't happy about it. So, I guess she changed her mind, because now she got money in her pocketbook. Her pocketbook is fat. It's full of bacon and big old bits. Okay. So, yeah, he looked tired. Yes, he looked tired, April. This man looked tired. What's up, Lakeisha? Yes, this man looked tired. I don't know what's going on. He got, he's losing his hair, right, child? There's so much things that you can do so it don't look like with the way he look, But he looked different. Okay, so Robyn's all cheesing, and he's looking at her like, see, Juan don't look the same. Look at his face. it looks like Skeletor. Then it looks fat as well. Then he got these things under his eyes, like these bones are bulging out. And, he's just looking like a real worn out man. And he used to look very youthful. And how all of a sudden he'd start to look like this. So, that's a whole lot going on in that situation. And so he's just like, he couldn't believe that she asked him for a prenup. And Robyn was like, when we first got divorced, we didn't really need a prenup because we was broke. Girl, why was you broke? Because you gave all the money away to a swindler, okay? And then he died on you. Oh, child. What a story. What a story. And then, Juan is just looking like, okay, he can't believe she's saying this. And then Robyn was like, well, our divorce was very messy. And he was like, what you mean messy? She was like, yeah, it was messy because whoever you was dealing with, you remember he was dealing with a woman that he was bringing to the house, and she was coming to the house and picking him up. Remember when Robyn was on the Breakfast Club and she was like, yeah, Juan was dating after, while we was married, but we were separated, and, we slept in different rooms, but yeah, he was dating and the girl would come pick him up. And she was like, well, maybe that girl was in your ear and telling you things because it started to get messy and ugly. And he was like, what are you talking about? So now Juan don't even want to bring up the girl. And so Robyn is using all this like, yo, you did me dirty. I know I did you dirty by spending all your money too as well. But the way that you had that girl flaunting around here in my face, she ain't saying that, but that's why she doing what she doing. And she's on national TV embarrassing his ass and saying, she's like, she make the money now, baby. And so she's getting get back. Robyn always comes back and gets some get back. And he's just like, okay, he gets up. He's like, do what you want to do. And he was like, I signed my name on it. She was like, well, write what you want in it. And he was like, no, you write whatever you want, and that whatever you want to happen or whatever you want to do, you write it, then I'll sign it. And she was like, oh, it don't gotta be like that. So, it's one of them situations. Then we get to Wendy. So, that was trifling. She was getting her get back. And she, basically, and then he was just like, what? I make more money than you. And Robyn was asked about that when she was talking to the producers. And she was like, oh, he's a man, so he's going to say he make more money than me. Then why you going to embarrass him on TV if you know that's what's going to bother him? She was like, what? He said he make more money than me? And because Robyn's making more money. Okay, now we get to Wendy. Wendy's at the doctor. She is so stressed out, child. She got a whole lot going on. She got the girls hating on her. She got the girls that don't want her on the show. She got all these projects going on. She's selling her candles. She's trying to get into the restaurant business, the club business, and everything else. She got to keep up with her lives. She got to keep all this shit going on. Her husband's telling her to calm down, settle down. You're doing too much. Finish one project and then move on to the next. You got too much on your plate. So she's at the doctor's. Wendy does have long length hair. She does look really pretty right here. It looks like she has less makeup on. She looks real pretty. I hate when they put so much makeup on, but right here you can actually see her natural beauty. And so, it looks like her real hair. I don't know. People can put pieces in and shit like that. It looks like her real hair. I'm not sure if it is, but it looked like it is. That's how my natural hair looks. I don't got no perm. I don't know if she got a perm in her hair or relaxer or whatever. I don't got none of that shit going on. But in any event, it looks like, it's her hair and it's falling out, and trying to take care of that whole situation. So yeah, her hair is falling out, child. One should be getting in the NBA retirement checks. I don't know if he's of age yet. If he's anywhere near Lamar Odom, he should be getting it, because I don't think Lamar Odom is getting his yet. I noticed this cast lies a lot about all the other franchise. That's lies a lot out of all the other franchise. So they Lilac child. Lord have mercy. He is turning into the creep keeper. Yes, Taylor. Okay, you're gonna be making smoothies. That sounds good. He's turning into crypto. You're gonna be making smoothies. That's good, Norris. April. That man looks like he's tired and beat up. He got another woman somewhere. Child, he's worn out. Lakeisha. Ashley moving now. Robyn wants up with these people. Ashley moving now. Robyn wants up with these people. I don't know why Ashley didn't go through Robyn. Isn't Robyn a realtor or something? Kathy Smith. Till this day, Ashley is still living in that penthouse with Michael. I know. This is all for a storyline, child. She ain't going nowhere. And she's in that tight, confined space. She might as well just live in the PJs. Lorraine, right there. There's not many stupid long-term millionaires. That's true. That's true. That's true. Facts, Lorraine. Taylor, I knew when she said she was getting half, I knew that was a lie. Michael ain't stupid. She should know that. She'd have known that. Okay. Yes, April Morgan. What's up, Justin T, please? Lorraine. Karen's going to put Ray in a nursing home. She's tired of humping the pillow at night. She's getting her body right for a young buck. You, child, you know. What's up, just a T, please, Lorraine. Ray must believe that Karen is stepping out on him, child. Yes, thank you for telling me it was Katie. Gizelle is evil and truly no one's friend and think everyone wants her and they don't, because Sherman is a dark-skinned man, but he turned white and ghost on Gizelle. Lord have mercy. Candiace won't admit that she ain't conceiving, is giving fertility issues. It's gonna be a long storyline. So hopefully Wendy's situation gets better, and then we get to Mia and we get to Robyn whole situation. So they meet up because Robyn wants to, somehow make a friendship, somehow, be cool with Mia, and they sit down, they having this conversation, and then they talk about the rumors, and they talked about the things that are actually going on as far as, when it comes to Chris and that whole situation. And Robyn is basically asking Mia about her cancer. So do you have cancer? Are you cancer free? Blah, blah, blah. Mia was like, I had, a biopsy. I had this, I had a lump. I had to remove. I had an autoimmune disease. I have a lump on my ass. I don't know if you want to see it. They're ordering tests. And so basically Robyn is saying, like, you see how it's confusion because you post something online and you don't update people. You don't tell people what's going on. Mia said, well, I don't think I should update people and tell them this and tell them that or whatever. And Robyn's just like, girl, like, you say all this other stuff. Robyn feels like when it comes to me, her story blew up in her face because now it's not cancer, it's autoimmune disease. I got a lump on my ass and all this other stuff. And so in any event, when it comes to Robyn and Mia, they have the conversation about Chris, and then Robyn is saying that Ashley felt like Chris was sliding in her DMs. Gizelle felt uncomfortable with Chris and that whole situation, but she had already told Mia had already told everybody else. But right now Giselle's feeling a certain type of way when she talks to Karen, because Gizelle is like, she was supposed to have that conversation with Candiace, but Robyn went and told Mia, then Mia went and told Karen, and then the rumors just got around the way, and then it got to Candiace, that whole situation. So in any event, Robyn did say, well, Gizelle basically Chris asked Gizelle if he can talk to her. Then she invited him back into the room. This is a hotel and things of that nature. And, Gizelle said she wasn't feeling comfortable about the whole situation. And so Robyn is, having this conversation with Mia and basically saying Gizelle wasn't feeling comfortable. This was around the reunion. And then Robyn also tells Mia that when this situation happened, when they got into the van to leave the reunion, Gizelle told her in the van that she told her about Chris wanting to talk to her and basically being in the room with him alone and things of that nature. So it bothered her. And so then that's when Mia jumps in. Mia got to get her lion, baby. Mia jumped in and she was like, oh, he's just such a creep. Oh, yeah, I know it. I believe it. He slid in Ashley DMs because when we was at the spring fling, all he was doing was watching me. He was looking at me. He was just staring at my butt. He was staring at me. Like, how uncomfortable it is to have somebody staring at you. And this is the same girl that says Chris tossed her salad. Okay. okay? So she's saying all this, child, like she's going in, and she's going in on this whole situation. It's just like, girl, what are you doing? And let me see, where did it go? So they show Chris not looking at Mia at all. She's saying, hey, shake that ass, shake that booty, boom, boom, boom. She's saying, oh, ah, ah. She's making all them noises, and he makes sure that he looks away. He doesn't look at her. She's looking at him. And so he's basically not. Then she says that he gets closer, or he's staring. He's not staring. He's totally looking the other way. And production basically showed the clip. So Mia is sitting here lying. This is what production basically showed us. So I was just like, what a mess. And so then we get Giselle and Karen. They end up having their little conversation. And this is when Karen basically says that she feels like Chris should apologize to Giselle, because he might have thought that they were close friends, closer, but he thought they was closer than what they were. And Giselle felt comfortable. She felt okay with him, but the way that he feels close to her, Giselle doesn't feel that way close to him. So therefore it made her uncomfortable. So therefore he should apologize. And that's going to get back to Candiace, and that's going to piss her off. And so, but I don't think Karen meant it in a bad way at all. And Giselle said, yes, that's my issue. I've been waiting 7 days. You would think that Candiace will call me and she would apologize or something. And I haven't even heard from her. It's been going on a week now. I haven't even heard from her. So in any event, she's feeling a certain type of way about that whole situation. And Giselle was basically saying that, he wanted to talk to me and I didn't feel comfortable in the room. There's a bed here. And then Chris said, Chris has said something of the nature as, we're in this room alone and things of that nature. I don't want people to get any idea because I'm a married man. And then that's when, she was told him to, go see if they want me. And, basically she said Chris didn't touch her. He didn't say anything inappropriate, but she said she felt in her gut, she felt uncomfortable, with the whole situation. Like she just felt like it was inappropriate, and it would be her word against his word, or it'd be like, her word against his word. And Karen was like, girl, why would it be your word against his word when you and him are friends? Like, I don't understand that. So why did it come down to that situation? It's like Giselle's trying to make it look like something it ain't already, like basically my word against your word. And she's just looking at the situation as far as it being a whole bad situation, and she might be judged unfairly in this situation. Okay, so Giselle is taking all the stops, she's throwing all the punches in this situation. Chris didn't do anything. The door was open. When she asked him to go check and see if anybody would come, he went to go. But he wanted to talk to her based upon Karen. But you also know Giselle had said that, he said like he's not happy with Candiace. And she felt like when he said that he's not happy with Candiace, that meant that he wanted Giselle to say, well, I'll make you happy. You deserve to be happy. Come with me. And that's what she told Robyn at the dinner. So basically she's putting a truck, a house, and a taxi cab onto this whole situation. Okay, so she's doing a whole lot, baby, a whole lot. Giselle's definitely doing a whole lot. And Karen's was like, why would it be your word against his? Like, you're making this situation way more complicated than it is. And then Karen lets us know a story that one of the husbands grabbed her up so tight, and he pushed her close to him so tight that kind of like hurt her rib, and her breast went all the way back towards him, and he had his hands around her waist. And she was like, oh my God. But then she realized that he was drunk. They had a conversation about it. It wasn't something huge. So she didn't sound off the alarm bells to get people upset, because basically Karen is saying that you're doing too much, Giselle. You're putting the alarm bells on, and basically, trying to say that this man was trying to do something to you, or what, because every time she tells a story, she adds something else onto it, and then she had her imagination, like when he said he's not happy with Candiace, that she felt like, maybe he wanted me to say, I'll make you happy. And so Karen is trying to tell her, I didn't alarm the bells because, I knew what type of situation it was to, so I didn't go that route. but how come you just didn't talk to Candiace about it? And then that's when Robyn went and told Mia, then Karen found out. And so, Karen said, so how do you feel about Robyn actually, going back and telling people about what you told her privately? And Gizelle said, well, I haven't really talked to her about that yet. I haven't really addressed her about that situation yet, but she's gonna have a conversation. Then Karen was asked, do you think there's any cracks between Gizelle and Robyn's relationship? And she said, there's always cracks. I was like, Lord have mercy, like, what's going on? Like, this is totally crazy, for real. She can't keep a man, Lorraine. That's facts. She really can't. Nicki Minaj asked me if she likes when people husband look at her. Raheem Charles, when production showed those flashbacks, I was like, Lord, Kathy Smith, like, for real. Mia, just lying for no reason. Production busted her out. I'm trying to tell you, child. Gizelle wants people to apologize to her when she starts with them. She does. Kathy, Gizelle needs to be ashamed of herself. Giselle's jealous because Wendy is loved. Angela Hunter. What's up, girl? Lorraine, girl, you can't even keep a man, Gizelle. Angela Hunter, Candiace's husband did too much. Gizelle is loyal to herself. And so what did Candiace's husband do? Production needs to bring on a writer team to write a storyline for Gizelle, because 3 seasons straight she's coming for someone's husband's facts all day. Yes, Candiace's husband did too much. Yes, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. My peeps, my peoples, Peep Squad is in the building. Please don't forget to like, baby. So in any event, we have Gizelle basically telling her story to Karen, and Karen was like, yo, what do you mean? That's your friend. Like, what do you mean my word against his? Like, what? She's like, what? Gizelle just said, I felt a certain way, and that's it. And Chris is basically saying, like, I like everybody. I'm friends with everybody. I don't even go in and try to get a hug from people unless they initiate a hug. And then, you have Candiace. She's basically saying at the spring fling, what did Gizelle do? She came up to Chris. She hugged him. She talked about his pink clothes. He's looking good in his pink. She touched his tie. She hugged him. And if she felt uncomfortable with him or he was trying to do something to her, why was she all like that? This is why Gizelle should have had the conversation with Candiace and Chris or whatever. But Gizelle needs a storyline, so this is a storyline, child. She ain't having no private conversation. You know what I mean? She told Robyn and hopes Robyn would run her mouth, and Robyn did. Okay, so they passed the bone. So in any event, when it comes down to that whole situation, Candiace is like, yo, she wasn't uncomfortable, at the spring fling. So what's going on? And, and she's like, why is she doing this? Why is she bringing this up? And then Robyn makes it clear the reason why she's bringing it up now, because Ashley brought it up and said that she felt uncomfortable. She felt like Chris was trying to slide in her DMs. And so then it brought a feeling back into, Gizelle, that she's using it. So it sounds like Ashley and Gizelle got, they're using something so small to make it very big, and it's a storyline. Okay, this is exactly what is going on. And, Candiace knows it, and Candiace like, yo, that's why she's upset, because they're targeting her husband. Chris is doing too much. Like, his wife got issues because she's reaching out to these ladies. She's reaching out to Gizelle and talking to her and confiding in her. When we as viewers do, like, okay, everybody in the chat, is Gizelle, does Gizelle like Candiace? Does Gizelle like Candiace? At the reunion, she was trying to get you fired, saying that you were violent, you were toxic, you got mental issues. Why are you talking to this chick on the phone? But in any event, so he followed his wife, this witch is not smart at all, have common sense, and he's hitting these girls up. They don't like your wife, they don't like you either. Because if you gone, that means she's gone. And then you hitting up Ashley, it's innocent because he's trying to get them to come to the club and everything. And, you have been around, you've seen what's happening, you've seen the conversations. Why would you even want to be alone with Gizelle? Why would you, but basically he says that he did not ask Gizelle to go into her room. He just said, could he talk to her? And then she said, okay, come to me in my room. And remember, Gizelle said that Chris, basically tried to get her alone, because Gizelle keeps telling different stories. Gizelle said that Chris talked to her makeup artist and said goodbye to them. So when he was going to her dressing room with her to talk to her, that her people, excuse me, that her people was not there. So basically she's insinuating that Chris is trying to get her alone to talk to her because he knew that the makeup artist wasn't there. So Gizelle is painting this picture of he's a creep and he's trying to, talk to me like this, and he set it all up. That's what Gizelle, every person she tells a different story too. You know what I mean? So in any event, maybe piece by piece, she's letting it out because she's giving people a little bit of a piece. And then so what Gizelle is doing, she's definitely coming for Chris. She's definitely coming for Candiace this season. And she's setting it up right now. And if she did feel that way about Chris, she's going to let it out. She's going to let it all hang out there. And I don't know why Chris would even want to be alone with Gizelle, just on the history of, she's saying that you're a bum. She's saying that you're lazy. These ladies said that you were riding off of Candiace coattail. So why are you even calling them? Because he thinks that, they're friends. So you got the blind leading the blind when it comes to Candiace and Chris, and they don't have any common sense. So in any event, so he says that, he wanted to he thought he was going to talk to her in the hallway, but she asked him, like, let's go to the room. And so then he went to the room and he didn't think none of it because she invited him to the room. But then he said he kind of felt like, okay, I don't want nothing to happen because, not nothing to happen, but I don't want nobody to accuse me of doing anything. I'm a married man. I'm here alone in a room with you. And, there might be accusations or whatever. And so that's when he said, Gizelle, said, go see if the people are looking for me. Then he left immediately. He didn't touch her. He didn't say anything inappropriate to her. But you got Gizelle basically saying that he schemed to get in the room with her because he knew her makeup artist was gone. And also that when he said that he's not happy with Candiace, that she felt like he wanted to say, he wanted her to say, well, I'll make you happy. You can be happy with me. So, she's setting up this whole story, child. She's setting up this whole story. So it's like a whole situation going on. And then Robyn comes through and, what does Robyn got on, y'all? What does Robyn got on when she comes through? She got her little Kim sunglasses on, and I don't know, she got a period dress on, half Valentine's Day dress on. She got a picnic basket for a pocketbook. Baby, what does Robyn got on? Where is she going? Is she going to a clown show? Is she working at the circus? Like, is she working at the zoo? Like, or is she working somewhere where they're going to be bowling and things of that nature? Like, where are you going, Robyn, with this outfit and these glasses on? So in any event, she gets there. She's sitting down at the table with these guys. And she basically thinks that it's fugazi and she don't understand, any of this. And she basically said that, when Candiace says, I don't know why she's bringing this up now. And, Robyn answered it because of Ashley. And so now Candiace knows that. So now Candiace is going to be thinking that this is a plan. And basically when it comes to Robyn, she says she doesn't believe Chris. Chris is her friend. Candiace is her friend. Candiace says now, Gizelle is dead to her child. Candiace said Gizelle is dead to her. And she's telling Robyn that. So, you're telling Robyn all your business and you're cool with Robyn, but at the end of the day, Robyn always chooses Gizelle at the end. So if you guys start beefing or whatever the case may be, she's going to have Gizelle's back before she has yours. Okay. You are second to third tier when it comes to her homegirl Gizelle that she's making money with on a Reasonable Doubt podcast. Okay. So, Robyn is trying to smooth things out. And she's like, it's not like that. You're not that type of person. I don't know why it's going that way. But Robyn feels like, yeah, this ain't right. She feels like this ain't right either. And But she does explain that Gizelle did feel a certain type of way about the experience. So that's basically it, y'all. The phone line's on the screen. If you guys want to call in and tell me what you think, let me know. Giselle, Robyn, Ashley are just bringing mess and more mess every season, child. You already know. Kathy Smith, when you tell the truth, your story never changes. Facts. Taylor, Andy himself said tonight that he didn't understand her reason on Watch What Happens Live. Yeah, her reason is a storyline. Something in the milk ain't clean. Chris is a sneaky link. Just wait for it. It's probably gonna come, baby. It's probably gonna. He should know better. Jessica, she don't like her. Thank you. She don't like her. Yes, Tony, she don't like her. Thank you. Taylor, she don't like her. How come we can see it and she can't see it, child? Because everyone was coming for Chris and he was drunk. They were calling that man broke. He was hurt. And so why is he calling them up? Like, you got to make some new friends. You should have called Candy. You know, Candy bigged you up. You should have called Candy and said, hey, could you bring some of your friends to my new spot? Like, you could have called Karen. Why call Giselle and Ashley, the two main people your wife be beefing with? Don't call Mia, because Mia gonna say that Mia done. You ain't call Mia. Mia said you tossed her salad, so she disrespected you. You know, Ashley disrespected you, and also her husband disrespected you, and Giselle disrespected you and your marriage. Why would you call them people? Why would you even want to be alone? Like, you got to be smarter. You're supposed to be older and wiser than your wife. You're supposed to be teaching her game, and you ain't teaching her shit, and she ain't learning, shit, because she don't got human, she don't have people skills. You know what I mean? Like, she can't tell when people are deceiving her. She can't even sniff or smell that they don't like her. She has no intuition until it's too late, and she crying and tearing up, child, and she want to cuss and cut everybody. Like, why you put yourself in a situation? Learn some people skills. Like, go talk to a psychiatrist or something, girl, because y'all talking, and then you're sitting there telling Robyn all your business. You don't think this whole shit gonna go back to Giselle, and Giselle gonna use a way to get under your skin and press y'all? Like, y'all too crazy. But in any event, if the door is open for Giselle to use you and y'all letting her use you, well, then let her use you. Okay, it is what it is. You want to get used, you're going to get used today. Yes, Candiace's husband did too much. Facts. Why can't you friendly with Robyn? Giselle needs a matchmaker. Listen, Candiace enjoys when it's Michael Darby, but having a hard time believing your man old dirty ways are popping up. She don't, but he hasn't shown no, like, he's nasty. He's just a drunk. He's just a drunk mooching off of Candiace and her mother. Her mother was out here exposing that she paid his bills too and stuff like that. But I don't see him trying to get with Giselle. But you never know what a person would do. And if you give Giselle something to run with, she gonna run with, and Ashley gonna run with it too. They feel uncomfortable because, why is your husband texting me? Even though he told Candiace that he's texting them and he reached out to him, he should have had he said, this is from me and Candiace. You know what I mean? But when he texts Ashley in the situation with Robyn, the situation with Giselle, like, why you go in that room and talk to her? Like, for real, been hanging around Giselle too long. And that's what she said. Like, I've been too much friends with her. Thank you, April Morgan, for real. Okay, last week she couldn't remember, but tonight she remembers everything. Just a liar. Just like a joking face. Oh God, joker face Mia. Ooh, you so where was Candiace when all this was going on? She said she knew about it. She said he told her and everything. So I don't know, y'all. So we shall see. Wendy needs to go. Wendy ain't going nowhere. They're gonna try to force Wendy out. They're gonna make it very uncomfortable for Wendy. It's coming her way. So we shall see. And Robyn is ready to throw them paws. That's why she showed Wendy, inside that studio gym situation, got up and walking towards her to let her know that she's ready. She's ready for everything. So yes, it's gonna be on and popping. Fact. Robyn face when Candiace said Giselle's dead to her, told me everything I needed to know. Robyn will turn on Candiace. Of course she is. Giselle's her ace boom coon. And they don't really like Candiace. Candiace is just, time passing by. Candiace and Karen don't like each other. I know. But he don't text her. He replied to the story and said, y'all should come to the W. Yeah. So they're saying sliding in the DMs. He just posted on her story. You know what I mean? On her story. That's all he did. She was posted out that she was drunk, drinking. And he was like, y'all should come to the W, because I guess somebody else in the crew was partying somewhere else. And he was trying to get, people to come through so it can be the new hit spot. That's what it seems like. But we know Chris. Chris doesn't seem like that, but we don't know him like that, where like, I don't think he would want Gizelle because she's broke. You know what I mean? Candiace got Monte and been paying his bills and helped taking care of him. And it would be better for him to try to get with somebody, that's coming through the club or coming through the hotel or coming somewhere outside. Why would he want to get with, Gizelle? Like, that don't make no sense. And Candiace was like, buy neck, buy ankles. Lord. Yes, thank you, Justin T. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. Y'all saw that Karen brought on that Vivian lady. Wendy, time is up. Remember, that story they claimed was a lie. I know, they did. Oh, yes, we shall see. But what's her name? When it comes to Wendy, she's a Nigerian. Nigerians don't give up easy. And they don't give up easy. They will fight. They will fight you. And even if you beat them down and kick them down, and get back up and still fight you. Okay. They ain't going nowhere unless they got fear in their heart. And this is where she wants to be. This is where Wendy wants to be. So, they're going to have to do a whole lot. And Andy loves Wendy. The production loves Wendy. And if Wendy claps back and she's ready to go with the situation and she don't cry, she'll be back another season. But then she's going to get attacked by Mia. So we got to see how that whole situation pans out with Mia and Wendy. But in any event, they be treating these women bad. Baby, when I saw Andy do Garcelle like the way he did her on the reunion, child, anything goes. It seems like they want to punch it back on the show. And basically it was white girls against Garcelle. And on this show, it's the light-skinned girls against Wendy. So he's here for all that shit. I am rooting for my Nigerian sister. I feel you, Jessica. I'm not rooting for nobody. I just want to see this shit pop off and talk about it. Okay. I got a clean slate. I ain't got no problems with nobody. I just want to see how they gonna bully Wendy. You know what I mean? How much more lies Mia is going to tell? How many more stories Gizelle is going to make up? How is Gizelle going to get up in their face and basically blatant tell them that I ain't talking to you, blah, 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 and act like, her shit don't stink, baby. And act like she better than everybody, and basically try to throw her big girl drawers around and tell them that they better fall in line. I can't wait to see none of that. I want to see who Robyn going to be fighting because of Gizelle, and anybody pop up with Gizelle, how Robyn's going to jump into the situation. Is she going to continue to go after Wendy? She done already took the first huge shot, told Wendy and her kids they are not invited to the group family activities. Oh, that is so cold. And Robyn kids are a little bit older than Wendy kids, but they're athletic, you know what I mean? And so they can't come. Like, that's crazy, y'all. And Angie do not like Wendy after that epic fail reunion. Oh, you kind of right about that. Well, we're gonna see. She went toe to toe with Robyn. She didn't back down. She said what she said. Baby, the American way. Okay, we shall see. Andy is shady as his looks. Lord Raheem Charles. And they said no colorism in the group. Okay, they always say that. They trying to get their paycheck. Yes, Andy do like Wendy. The Vivian lady has the true Nigerian story, which Wendy pretends so much to have, that was a big issue right there when it came to, Wendy, because, I can't think of her name right now. Whatever her name is, all about the tea, all about the tea. She posted the lady and basically said that Wendy stole this lady's, phone log, with all the information, with all the connection. And this lady has the real money. This lady has this lady has that. And, she was cool with Karen. They don't even know where Wendy came in, and Wendy just came in with a whole fake falsetto and set it up, and basically she's a liar after liar. And the true lady now that everyone was saying is the girl that should have been there and not Wendy. Wendy was pretending to be her. So now that lady is here. So, it's going to be Wendy, you better start saying you got 4 degrees, baby. You better, but Wendy, Wendy got the Peter storyline too. And they gonna get into a whole situation at Peter's restaurant, okay? And also, Wendy's basically keeping her distance because when Peter's having a party there at his bar and everything, or his club, and he's inviting them, and Wendy says she's not going, and Charrisse looked at her like, okay. So people kind of think that she's running, and we know Karen is being accused of running from Charrisse, that she doesn't want to have the conversation with Charrisse. People were saying that Charrisse got tea on Karen, and every time Charrisse is around, Karen disappears. So we're going to see that next episode, that Karen is on the field with everybody, and then Charrisse pulls up and she started coughing and she left. Okay, if she started coughing, I believe it, because you guys know I be coughing. So shit, you cough with grass, if there was grass and trees, it's a wrap for me. I'm allergic to grass. So in any event, Karen is, disappearing. So Karen is going to have a problem with, Robyn and Gizelle as well, because Robyn keeps saying to Charrisse, oh, Karen is running from you. She don't want to be around you. That's why Karen didn't come to the ladies dancing and doing the TikTok video with, Ashley. So, there's a whole bunch of storylines that are developing, and they all gonna really pretty much be beefing. Okay. How did Wendy flop at the reunion? She didn't give it all. She didn't give it all. She was kind of tamed a little bit, but when she basically tried expose Giselle about lying about dating this guy, she did her thing. When she cussed out Mia, she kind of did her thing. But there was a lot of lackluster from her. We was ready for her to do a whole lot more, but I guess it was like we was expecting more from Wendy, because this was, her second go around, and didn't get it. He likes Wendy, but he likes he likes Giselle more. She is a part of the team, but the production company, they love Wendy. They said, but now you got the other lady come on. Andy wasn't happy with Giselle tonight and Watch What Happens Live. Okay, I'm going to check that out, and we'll talk about that. Monique is her name, Harry. Monica. All About the Tea is better because they'll know who I'm talking about, because All About the Tea is a brand. But thank you, Norris. I didn't know her name either, but I knew All About the Tea. At least I knew that shit. And even All About the Tea, they use her website on the episode tonight as well. Clips of that. Vivian has been shown on the show since season 1. She is Karen's best friend. Yes. So that's pretty much it. The phone lines is open. Nobody called in. So I shall see you guys tomorrow for Married to Medicine reunion around like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And then the next day I will do the Love and Hip Hop. Okay. It's going down out here in these streets, child. So in any event, it is popping all the way off. Okay. Wendy says she can throw them bows, baby. Because Robyn was walking up on that girl. Yo, Robyn wanted that smoke. Robyn was in her face like when she had the umbrella at Monique Samuels. You know what I mean? Robyn looked like she ready to fight. and she's letting Juan know, I don't need you. Robyn has came with a whole lot of, more confidence and a little bit of anger, and she ain't accepting no bullshit. She ain't even accepting no bullshit from Juan. Okay, he can go on his merry way. So we know Robyn's first love. Her first love was Monte, and her first love was not Juan. Okay, it was money, 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 money. Robyn done show her true colors, baby. Okay, yeah, Katie. That picture of Katie. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. 1 second, y'all. Let me see if I can even bring up the post. I'm gonna put you guys on mute real quick. Okay, so I have to find the picture, but this is the story. So here we go. This is part of it. I just got the clip. So heavy.com is basically telling you about Katie Rost, who appeared on the Real Housewives of Potomac as a full-time star. And season 1 has returned and as in a guest, and her friend role. And season 2 and 4 and 7 announced that she's doing a program to help with addiction to alcohol and Adderall. I am so thankful, and I will share my journey. There is no shame in admitting you have been prescribed things, and those things are now hurting you physically. So this was October 23rd when it was, but this is not the original post that I actually seen. It was another post on Instagram. So last week when we was talking about Katie and her appearance, you know what I mean? It was actually real. Oh, here it is. This is the post. Here's the one. This is on, I don't even know what this one is, but so this is what Katie's basically saying, that, she suffered from mental illness. It's not a joke in the process. And as I started mine, it may get interesting. If you can't not handle it, please find the exit sign, because this is not something shameful. I will be telling the truth the whole way. I have been in this crap since I was 12 years old because of ADHD. That's not my fault, and I love my real friends, and I have no time for haters as I get well. Okay. So, but the picture, all I seen was the picture, and I was like, oh, she's definitely on drugs. I don't even know where I saved this picture at, but I was like, yo, she looked like she was on drugs. And that was last Sunday, and that post came out not too long ago. I don't know where is that. Where is it at? I'm trying to figure out what folder I put it in. Which folder? So, is it this one? Maybe it's this. I don't know where the hell that folder's at. I don't know which folder I done saved it in, but it's not that one. But so, yes, seeing Katie at the, is it this one? Where is it? I'm just looking, child. Trying to find it. Okay. Let's see. See her eyes all bulged out and shit like that, and then look at her arm. That's what just gave me the whole basically saying that I think that, you know, she's on something, and she definitely is. I was like, and I didn't first notice it until I put the clip up, you know. I was like, oh shit, and I seen them bruises, but you know they're not really bruises, but you know. So maybe somebody called her out on it after, you know, they seen her on the episode, and then you see her arm, and then as she's touching Ray's head, you see that bruise under her arm, then you see the bruise on her shoulder. You know what I mean? And so she basically looked like she was on some stuff. And basically, so now she says, I am going to rehab for 30 days to keep the alcohol and Adderall in a medical setting. I am so thankful, and I will share my journey. There is no shame in admitting you have been prescribed things, and those things are now hurting you physically. There is no shame in being honest, and I appreciate if people who don't think my Black Jewish life matters would F off. We ain't Kanye fans over here. Mental health and rehab and wellness is not a joke. It's a process. And as I start mines, it may get interesting. Okay, so, you know, so she's going all the way over there. So she, you know, she went. So I guess she's mad at Kanye West. So she went all the way there. But in the pictures, she didn't even need to tell us. She didn't need to tell us, because once I seen her arms and once I seen this, I was like, oh, she's on that stuff. And baby, it's not just Adderall. It's not just Adderall and alcohol. You know, she's still not being honest. But I don't blame her. I wouldn't tell, you know, what drug I was on either. You know what I mean? Because basically, she's probably feeling like, you know, Adderall is much common to use and things of that nature. But baby, she's on more than that. She said she was on a 612. So that means that she's been drinking since God knows when. And, you know, life is hectic. But at least she made an appearance, and she's getting help, and she's going to rehab, if, you know, that is the truth. See, like, look at her arms just looks, and then she got another like scar around her hand. So that's probably why Cameron didn't go so much off, because if you can see it on her. You can see it on her. Most definitely. Yes, let's root for Katie, for real. That Katie, yeah. So good night, everybody. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for your support. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. Come to Christ and he will save you. Thank you, Mary Jane. Great recap. Thank you so much, Kathy Smith. I appreciate that. Katie and Ashley don't hang out. Nope. Wendy Lodge poster board did her in at the reunion. Yes, that's what it was. The poster boards. That was lackluster, because everybody said, oh, it's not like the binders with Monique. Indica baby, do you keep up with Real Housewives? I do. I need to start talking about it, because, oh my God, the way that they are doing is just crazy. And now I'm reading stories that Lisa was actually the one behind the Instagram account that was allegedly, because right now on Twitter, there is, you know, an account and some people got together and saying that the IP address, blah, 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 this and that. And they do the house, and they're saying that, you know, it came from, you know, her location. So it's a whole lot going on. a whole lot. But thank you guys so much for coming through. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. And don't forget to go check out Norris Tony. He's going live tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And he's going to be making healthy drinks and smoothies. Show him some love, peace, and love to each and every one of you. And may your dreams come true. And may you all be blessed and be fulfilled with joy and happiness. And have safe travels on the highways and the byways. Good night.